week on Spotify, and you can find us on YouTube, TikTok, and basically everywhere at Lateral Cast. Thank you very much to Dan Peake.
G'day.
Colin Felton.
Cheers, everybody.
Karen Chew.
All right.
I've been Tom Scott, and that's been Lateral.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Good Hang. I am so excited about this episode. It is the great Rachel Dratch, my friend for almost 30 years and America's favorite. And we are going to talk about so much good stuff. We're going to talk about growing up in Massachusetts. We're going to talk about a love for musical and we're going to go behind the music and do a deep dive into the world famous clip that kicked this podcast off and has kept us laughing ever since. So get ready for a great interview. Before we start, we always like to talk to someone who knows our guest, is a fan of our guest, has a question that they want to give me. And I'm very excited to talk to Kevin Cahoon today. Kevin is a dear friend of Rachel. He's an incredible actor, musical theater pro, Tony nominated for the great musical Shucked, and you can catch him in a million other things. And Kevin is zooming in to get things started. Kevin, hi. This episode is brought to you by Palmolive. Some of the best memories you'll ever make are around the dinner table. You'll never regret trying out those new recipes that may or may not go sideways, or putting on a spread so big that your in-laws are still talking about it years later. Brownie points. So when it comes to the dishes, it's nice to know there's a product that works as hard as you do. Palmolive Ultra removes up to 99% of grease, leaving your dishes sparkling clean. Visit palmolive.com. Shop now. I feel so lucky.
The luckiest. I get to see you on this
I know, I wish we were having margaritas with Dratch.
Hey, listen, would that be great? That's a good hang right there.
That is, for listeners, I've had a few margaritas with Kevin and Dratch over the years, pre-show, post-show, because both of you were Broadway.
Well, listen, anytime I can hang out with you,
How are you?
I'm so great.
Where are we talking to you from?
I'm in Texas at my mom's place, rural Texas, outside of Houston. It's a sunny day. We've had 4 days of torrential rain. And I'm dealing with these wild hogs. I know this is crazy. They're wild, feral hogs that show up in the middle of the night and they tear up your property. They travel in packs of 30, and I've set up alarms all around, and I think they're working. But last night we had a few come, and the alarms went off in the middle of the night, which there's nothing more terrifying. And I'm good with animals, and I grew up with a lot of animals, and I'm fine with animals. If you look at the Google, if anyone wants to Google, Texas feral hogs.
Well, I mean, the thing that I was so excited to talk to you about today is that you, like many of us, deeply love our guest, Rachel Dratch. Tell me how you two first met.
We met doing a musical called Mincemeat in LA, written by Charles Strauss and Susan Birkenhead and Bob Martin. It was coming to Broadway, a star-studded cast, and it closed in LA, which is, the great show business. But what you take away from experiences like that are the people. You usually have one or two from each show, and I fell in love with Rach immediately. What's not to fall in love with? And she had told me she had gone to a psychic, and I think you had bought her this psychic reading for her birthday.
That's right. I should talk to her about that because if she's open to it, because her and I both went to the same psychic at the same time when we were both pregnant.
Yes, that's right. And she had gone. Before the show, I would go to her dressing room, and we would have a day catch. What'd you do today? What'd you see? Where'd you lunch? And she had said I was the psychic, and the psychic told me that our show was going to close out of town, and we were like, they're crazy. That'll never happen. We're moving into the St. James Theater. have met Rach, and you know that they're a good friend when you meet their friends, and those friends become your friends as well. So it's just been the most rewarding friendship I could have ever imagined.
I hear you. I feel the same. I feel like there's a few friends that, and it's proven to be true now that Rachel and I have been friends for almost 30 years. There's a few people that you know in success and in quote failure, in good times and in bad times, that are going to weather that storm with you. And that's not always the case with everyone. Sometimes people are better when things are going badly, right? They like that, and sometimes people want to hear when you're succeeding. That's when they want to be along for the ride. But Rachel Dratch definitely is there for both if you're lucky enough to have her as your friend.
That is so true. And she's a wonderful gift giver. She never forgets an occasion where she's going to bring you a little something. You know, I did a Broadway show that ran 9 months, and she was there opening night, she was there closing night, she was there in between, she came again, she brought friends. It's just, she is a cheerleader for those that she loves. She's a champion. She'll go to bat. She just, life is a little brighter when Rach is around.
Cahoon, let's talk about Shucked, which is the show you're talking about.
That's true, yes.
I love you in it and love that show so much.
You were so dear to come.
Of course.
So, it meant the world to me. And let me tell you what, Amy, you're one of my friends. Because not only did you come to Shucked, I didn't put up with Natasha Fall in the law. You came to Natasha Fall. You are there. I mean, you birds of a feather fly together. You guys are just exemplary friends.
Oh, friend, thank you for saying that. That means a lot. And I mean, it's not hard work to go to a really fun show and watch you. Before we get to your question, I'm going to talk to Dratch a little bit about her Tony nom and her show POTUS and how, I mean, because I know from being her friend how positive an experience that was for her. Like, great women that she became really good friends with, a Tony nom, a hilarious part. Do you remember that time and what she said about that experience when she was working on that show?
Well, here's the incredible thing, and it's so rare. She got a Tony nomination for her Broadway debut.
Damn.
Never happens. That is like remarkable. And I've seen Rachel on stage so many times in the public, Shakespeare in the Park, Theater Club. And she is always and when you do a Broadway show, whether you want to do it or not, there's always a part of you that says, just maybe a childhood dream will come true. That show that I watched every year in June, maybe I could be a part of that show. And then when it happens, it is just, it's the biggest embrace you could ever imagine from a community that you've always wanted to be a part of. And, you know, a lot of people probably know Rachel from television and from film, but her theater career is just as swelling, just as dynamic and diverse as her impact on film and film.
Yeah, she's played so many different types of characters. It's actually a good question. She's played like men and dogs and people and mothers and robots and whatever. She can do it all.
She can do everything. That's why you hire Rachel. You know?
It's so true.
It's so true. We should all be as versatile as Rachel Dratch, you know?
Okay, so Kev, what do you think? I mean, I can talk to Dratch and will probably today or forever about so many things, the past, the present, the future. Anything you think I should ask her today?
Yes. It was hard to pick a question. I have two that I think are sparkling. One is about the theater, because I feel like a lot of people don't realize that Rachel Dratch was a theater kid, and she went to theater camp, and her dream and ambition was to be in plays and in musicals, and then her career took a brilliant detour. I would ask her, little Rachel Dratch going to theater, what were her 3 beacons of light in the theater? A musical, a performer, who was it that built her with I want to do? That's what I'm going to be when I grow up.
Such a good question.
That was the question. And then this is something that inspires me about Rachel. She brought us all Debbie Downer, one of the most iconic American comedic characters. When Rachel Dratch is thinking about feline AIDS and North Korean train accidents and insurrection, what is that catalyst that gets her out of doom and gloom and brings her back to reality? That would be amazing.
Debbie reminded me to point out that it is good that you brought up feline AIDS because it is the number one killer of domestic cats.
So that's true. Listen, we've talked about feral hogs and feline AIDS. What's next, baby?
Tag baby. These are such good questions, Kevin. And I don't think she knows that I'm talking to you today.
I did not tell her.
Okay, good. I didn't tell her either.
We had a little kiki yesterday, and I was zipped-lipped, so.
Oh my God, I'm so happy because she's going to be so happy. These are really good questions. And I think nobody loves a good question more than Dratch. Like, if you ask Dratch a good question, she's like, that's such a good question.
You will say that, I guarantee she has. And I had told her, please, I can't thank you enough.
Are you
for
kidding me?
Fun
Thank
and be
you.
smart.
Thank you for taking a break from fighting the hogs and if you are eventually eaten by them, just know that our time together was so special to me.
It was, and I cherish every single minute.
All right, I can't wait to see you in New York,
I
friends.
love you so much.
Love you.
Thank you so much.
Thanks so
I'll
much for
see you
doing
soon.
this. This message is brought to you by Apple Card. Each Apple product, like the iPhone, is thoughtfully designed by skilled designers. The titanium Apple Card is no different. It's laser etched, has no numbers, and earns you daily cash on everything you buy, including 3% back on everything at Apple. Apply for Apple Card on your iPhone in minutes. Subject to credit approval, Apple Card is issued by Goldman Sachs Bank USA, Salt Lake City branch. Terms and more at applecard.com. Rachel Dratch is here.
Are we starting? Is it official?
Yeah, and we need to talk about. Wait, what? What do you got?
Let's get started here. I'll get this.
Rachel's pulling out the world famous.
You've seen it. You've seen him before. This is my new trademark, everybody.
Smithsonian. Look at the Smithsonian. The Academy of TV and Radio.
By the way, I didn't tangle this. This is how it came out. Where I was storing it. These are the
world
in their natural
famous.
state. World famous.
Rachel Dratch headphones, baby.
It was shot, fired, heard around the world. These headphones is where it all began. The chaos beginning.
Oh man, now
Look at that.
Now
Now that I'm with Amy, everything's all right. Okay, we don't even use these, but I have to bring those up.
God, Dratch
The
is the
historical item. Okay.
Of course, Dratch brings a prop. Brings the prop from home. For people that didn't see our first episode of Good Hang, Dratch was in the group that was talking about our guest, Tina Fey, and boy, did we have a good
Oh my
time.
God. That was probably my biggest laugh of the year.
I just watched it again on the way over here, and we're going to get into it tonight.
Of course we are. People need to hear the behind the music. Where were you when you saw the clip?
I'm getting money. Money for that. But it started off the entire vibe of the show. Like, I'm so grateful for it because it started off exactly what I was hoping, which is I was hoping that this would be like fun and easy and a laugh, and that is the deepest laugh.
Oh my gosh. It was such a good laugh. Imagine like the best laugh ever, and then it's like recorded for you to watch again. That never happens.
something like
he was making me laugh so much.
So
When he's
hard.
like, Dretch, we're probably gonna cut all this out. And then when I was like, I'm holding everything up, and he's like, no, this is how she wanted to start. Like, he was the perfect foil. The comedy foil.
Also, the thing that gets me, which is such a like improv and such a good example of what a good listener you are, is that at the very end you clap, which is what we asked you to do 15 minutes before we get started. God, that
And it was the beginning, people. Comedy 101. Okay.
Stretch is swirling her ice drink.
Okay.
But it is like that. I have to say, when I was thinking about what to talk about today, we have had deep laughs.
We have.
And you love to laugh, and Drax has many kinds of laughs. And you have, like, I know people have done your laugh to you.
Oh, yeah.
Also, you go into like level 2 when you're going down deep.
Yeah.
Like you get very old school. Oh my gosh.
Wait, I just need to say though that when that was happening, that I didn't know that was going to be used for on camera, which
I
made
didn't
it.
tell you
You
that?
did not tell me. I looked back at the texts, and
I'm very
I have,
sorry.
No, I don't mean that. I mean it was the best thing ever. But I just mean for people wondering, like, why'd she order food right when there was a podcast happening? Like,
We could argue still with audio. Why did you?
well, because I thought it was like a half hour of time.
True.
And then
True.
it came very quickly. And then my dog barked. And then
And your dog's name
then
is?
my dog's name is Ruffles. And Ruffles started barking. Anyway, sorry, go ahead.
Do you remember? I think we talked about it. There was a hilarious, whoever is the TikToker who did this. Somebody posted. There were many clips of it, and then someone went and looked at your chart.
Yes, my horoscope, whatever,
What did they
zodiac.
say?
Well, so I'm what's a Pisces. I didn't know this word. Stellium means all your things are in the same sign, like every sign. But I guess there's one little thing. But this woman, she did my chart on TikTok, and she was laughing really hard. She's like, "How is this woman surviving with everything in Pisces?" She's like, she's making it work. But then I guess there's like one thing in Capricorn. She goes, this Capricorn is holding the whole rest of it all together. It's doing the work of, 10,000 men or something. And
She
that
calls
kind
you
of
the Pisces final boss.
Yes. And I have wondered if other people were talking about ADHD, I guess.
Yeah.
And I have wondered if I have that as an adult. I don't know.
I don't know.
But that, if you look at that clip, you're going to be like, yep.
I feel like it's like I mean, we talk about it like in the Pisces being a shorthand for like it's in its best like,
Chaos. I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. But we're opposite.
We are
Amy's
sister
Virgo.
signs.
Amy's Virgo. By the way, I don't know much about signs, but I just
I
know
don't
about
really
this.
either.
I just know about
I
this.
don't know. I do like astrology. I think it's cool. We like astrology.
Yeah.
We like Enneagram. We like anything
Yes.
that like is about personality stuff.
Yes.
But what's fun about talking about Pisces and Virgo is Pisces are kind of the fish that are floating through life, and Virgo is the virgin setting the rules. I don't know. And but I find like we do I mean I feel like you do definitely have a dream-like approach and an adventurous approach to life.
I wouldn't say that. Yes.
Yes, I think
Yeah.
you are like a curious traveler, and you definitely don't. I get shy. I get shy. You got shy. Did you see what happened?
Curious traveler.
We're
trying to be myself.
I can't
Okay.
see. It was like a cloud, a shy cloud came over.
Yeah.
But you are kind of shy.
I am shy, yes.
It goes without saying, we've been friends for 30 years. We are often mistaken for being the same person.
Yes.
Or like just the other day, we were in a public bathroom and someone's like, I saw your sister in the bathroom. Like they think we're sisters.
Yeah.
But you and I do definitely have like, if life was like a rom-com, like we would be like growing up next to each
Yes.
other. So
Walking by each other in the mall,
yes,
probably.
so
Yeah.
talk to people who don't know. You're like early Dratch. Where did you grow up? What was her life like?
Early Dratch grew up in Lexington, Massachusetts, next town over from Amy, but we didn't know each other. Although well, we did work in the same ice cream store, which we always have to say, called Chadwick's. And if you don't know that, why not even living under a rock? But anyway, but yeah, grew up in Lexington, and I don't know, I was shy when I was little, but I was always, I mean, I watched SNL when I was in 3rd grade at someone else's house at a sleepover, like their older brother was watching it, and I was immediately like, what is this? But I definitely was, I mean, I don't know about you either. I wasn't like, I'm gonna be an actor when I grow at all.
No,
like,
I didn't
it was
think
just
I
for fun. It
even
was
knew that was a job,
yeah.
really. Yeah.
It was sort of like maybe a little dream in the back. Like, oh, when I saw Annie, you know, the musical, I'm like, how are they up there? Where do I get one of those buckets? You know, like,
Annie
yeah.
is, there should be a documentary about women our age and how we were
Yeah.
affected by Annie.
Yeah. So, but yeah, and then I did school plays, but I definitely was not like the queen of the drama club, you know. I just did it for fun.
You did get a superlative though, and it was?
I did. I got class clown. Did you get class clown? Or did you
No.
guys do those?
We
stupid
had
things?
class clown, but I
Okay,
didn't
okay.
get it.
What? I'd like to know who did.
I was the 2nd runner-up for most casual.
By the way, most casual. It's like, what did that even mean?
I don't know if it's in
Okay.
manner or dress,
Yeah.
but didn't even get
Second
close
runner-up.
to superlative.
Kind of casual.
Class
Class
clown.
clown. But then let's see. I don't know. And then also, well, my dad was very funny, as you know.
Yep.
Paul Dratch.
Paul Dratch.
So we just kind of had like, you know, he would do like kind of. Oh, this is funny. I ran into someone whose dad had gone to high school with my dad back when I was in high school. You know, we were at the house.
Yeah.
And then she said, "Oh, my dad said your dad used to always do impressions of the teachers when they left the room." And have everyone laughing because he would do it. Yeah. So like, I just sort of had that. It was in my blood. No, but I mean, it was sort of like in the atmosphere. And then
But you did school plays. I mean,
Yeah.
getting class clown, you gotta be funny in real.
I guess like in junior high, I started to kind of like pipe up one-liners
Yeah.
from the back of the room.
Yeah.
But chagrin of teachers, I'm sure. But then when I got to college, there was an improv group there. And then I was kind of, like, I didn't even know what it was back then. Now it's like,
when you're so you're in high school in Lexington, Massachusetts, which a shot around the world that we just mentioned, like the birthplace of democracy. Right next to it was Burlington, Massachusetts, where I was from. And let's be honest, they were not different at all. There was maybe right. Oh my God, look at Drax. She
because I
just
remember the first
blanched.
time she said it.
Well, I was gonna say I exaggerated for effect.
Oh, okay.
I
That's
exaggerated
so funny.
for effect.
Okay.
But
we shared a mall.
we shared a
Well,
mall.
I often hung out at the Burlington Mall.
Yes.
We probably passed each other
We did. I think we did.
at the Brigham's or something.
Like we definitely, I felt like we had very parallel lives, like short, blue-eyed Massachusetts girls who, like, were good students, wanted to be funny, and the Lexington. I always used to joke that Lexington is like for a Rex fan, like Rex fans, Lexington is equal to Burlington. That's how it felt. We thought Lexington was where rich people were. And what
And
did you think of
Burlington? Oh, I didn't think about. No, I'm just kidding. I'm like, how do I get Amy to see? No. First of all, I worked at Caldors.
Yes.
Which is across the Burlington line. I crossed town lines to work at Caldors with the Burlington Bad Girls.
And our teams played each other.
Our teams played each other on Thanksgiving Day, and so since then we always call it. Well, now they don't anymore, but we used to call each other up on Thanksgiving.
Yeah,
Like,
we used to
"Suck
trash
it, Burlington. Yeah.
We used to try to trash
Yeah.
talk each other
Yeah,
on Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
And then you go to Dartmouth.
I went to Dublin.
I meet Rachel.
Yes.
Very what was your experience like? Did you like it?
Great question. But I went back in the 80s. It was very conservative back then, which I didn't even know what that meant. But it was just like it took me a while to find the people there. Like,
Yeah.
you know, I had friends at the beginning and everything, but then the general ethos of it, I didn't feel like I really matched with.
Right.
And then I saw the improv group, like some friend of mine from like acting class or whatever, was like, come check this out. And as soon as I saw it, I was like, not like this, but I was kind of like, oh, I feel like I could.
This is very similar to this because same thing. I went to college. I was trying to figure out how I could get in big, like party school and lots of private school people.
As much as I joke with Lexington, like we didn't have like the prep school vibe of
so ready so fast.
And they're like, I was living in Deerfield. I spent 3 years at Deerfield, and that's how. But I didn't know that you felt that way too.
Yeah, and so I saw an improv group my freshman year.
My mother's Fleabag.
Yes, and yours was?
Said and done.
Okay, let's talk
There's
about
nothing like those
improv
group names. Yeah.
Our friend Brian Stack, who is a performer at Second City, used to like love to talk about good and bad improv names and like how they would either be like, really goofy,
Right.
like pun filled,
Yeah.
or they would be very like serious and pretentious.
Oh, I haven't heard this
Like
series.
there was one, and if anyone's listening, and as part of the group, I enjoy your work and I respect your work. But one of them he said was called Society's Mirror.
No. Is that real?
No, good question.
I don't know. There's no way to check.
Society's Mirror, but I think it's autobiography.
Okay.
Okay, so you
So then I got into said and done, and then I was like, oh, like these are the fun people, you know?
But you were a theater kid.
I mean, I don't know. I just did like you did plays, right? Did you
But
do
did you
plays?
go to theater camp?
I did theater camp. Yes. I'm not saying this to be like it was like the real one. Like professional, like you know, kids. It was just like suburban Boston, like you know, whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, then that's where I met our pal Alec. But
Yes.
but yeah, I wasn't like the star of anything. Like I wasn't like rolling in and then like the lead and everything. I started out like everything. I started out like the chorus, and then you move up a little bit the next year. Yeah, that kind of thing.
Yeah, and I think like me and you, like we didn't really know anyone that were actors or writers
No.
growing up, so I just never thought that would be a job.
Right.
Did you have like an idea as a kid what your job would be?
I mean, like every kid in third grade, I wanted to be a marine biologist, like us all, right? But I mean, did nature. I mean, I actually legitimately was like very in, and still am like nature, like a career in saving nature was like something I actually when I was little. Like then, then as you know, I wanted to be a therapist. But I also like every time I'd see a movie, I was like, oh, like I was just really intrigued, but I had no idea how you ever did that. And I also, to be really like not so, it wasn't like I had
But yet you don't think you're
But
skilled.
like, cause it's like not like, well, I'm an actor, like not like that, but just like I like comedy and I like watching it, and like I had a group of funny friends too, so we would always like, you know, I mean, legit funny friends, so that was also sort of like practice, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay, so you get to Dartmouth, you graduate, and what was your degree in?
It was drama, and then I minored in psychology.
Right.
And then, so my improv group, sophomore summer, we're on campus, and we took this little like trip because one of the guys from the group was from Chicago. So we went out to Chicago for a week just to like check out Second City Improv Olympic and just like, you know, go to all the little sites there. And then I was like, okay, maybe when I graduate, I'll come back here and like try this, you know? And I sort of just wanted to try it more to know that I'd given it a shot. I don't know how you were about this, but I was kind of, all you hear is like, it's so hard, you're never gonna make it. Like that's all you hear so then I was like buying into that, and then I was like, okay, I'm just gonna go out and try Chicago, and then I won't make it, and then I'll come back and be a therapist in suburban Boston. And but then like I mean, I don't know how much detail to go into, but right when I got there, I did not get into classes. Like I heard like one audition to get to the classes, and then I did get into the classes, and then I was like, oh, like what did I do? You know? But then I just stuck it out, and then I took class like later. Like everything I did, I kind of didn't get the first time around, sort of.
Oh, interesting.
Like
you had to,
well, like that, and then like touring company, I auditioned, didn't get in, and then like, well, SNL I auditioned 2 times, like just, but then you kind of get used to that, I guess, I don't know, but anyway, yeah, so then I eventually got into the classes, and then did like little theater things there, and eventually got into the touring company.
So you get to Chicago, and do you remember when we first met?
I do, well, in my lobby of Second City, I moved there, and you were in the touring company. I don't know if you were in it yet, or just coming around to check it out or something. But anyway, I remember meeting you, and I remember you being really friendly and like I would just say like sunshiny. Like it's not you don't always remember meeting someone for the first time, but I do remember, at least in my mind, this was the first time. And I just remember you were like very like you are. You were very friendly and smiley and cute little blondie. And,
I remember meeting you, but I didn't
different
meet
times.
you. I saw you. So I arrived, and you were kind of the junior to my freshman in Chicago, I would say. And I saw you on stage. You were in Lois Kaz, an improv show named after. Sketch and improv and comedy, it's just like music, right? Like it's like, oh, go check out this cool band. Like, oh, these two people are singing together. You just were like watching groups and trying to figure out what was good, what did you like. And Lois, the show that you were in, was just like, oh, these are the cool, good improvisers. Go see them. And I remember, so the first time I saw you before we met, I saw you on stage, and I just remember, I think like when you see someone on stage for the first time, it's a very interesting dynamic. Like you're just like forever looking up to them, like it feels like. And I just was like, oh, she's so funny. Like just loved watching you perform. Like just and subsequently, like we got to know each other in Chicago, and I was your understudy for
touring company for sure. Yeah.
So what is touring company for people who don't know?
Well, it's like your first step to getting into Second City. And you're not out on the road like for big, long times. You're just like, you're going to Indiana for the weekend, like that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And it's just sort of like cutting your teeth. And I mean, you get paid a minimal sum. So you're like, it's your first, like, I'm a working actor,
Yeah.
And it's sort of your first step to moving up the little ladder there.
Yeah,
but,
so we didn't get to tour together because I was only filling in when you were...
And then Amy struck out and moved to New York and started UCB, which I told you before that I was always just like, what do you guys do? Like, I didn't know you guys that well, but I was just like, what are they doing? Like, they're on track to, you were already very successful in Chicago. Or, like, whatever. Successful, like, known to be good improvisers, whatever. But then, like, you definitely would have moved up the ranks. Pioneer spirit.
If the Dratch and Polar rom-com is happening, this is where we kind of separate to go find our own. Because I moved to New York, you're on the main stage in a very famous show at Second City, and then you meet Tina when?
Oh, so then Tina joined. Then the next show, then they changed it to 3 Men, 3 Women, which was like revolutionary.
Everyone was like, what?
I know, but
3 women together?
I know. But then Tina came in for the next show, my second show on main stage, called Citizen Gates, and she was, of course, hilarious from the get-go. And then we did 2 shows together, and then I started to get comfortable there, and then Tina went off to write for SNL after her second show, and then I stayed there.
How many more years did you stay there?
I was 4 years on the main stage, and it was such a fun job. I mean, it might have been like my favorite job ever.
Yeah, like just take us back to what it was like a day when you were on the main stage in Chicago.
Gosh.
What was that day like?
Well, I mean, I remember like you'd sleep really late, much later than I do now. But but then you're writing the show. If you're rehearsing, you're writing the show by day, so you're in rehearsal all day. So, but you never wrote like how we did at SNL, where you were like at a typewriter. What a typewriter? Okay.
Word processor. When you were at a...
I think I got a good one here.
When you were on paper.
Okay. But no, like it's not like SNL when you're like, oh, let's think of something. We're in an office. It was all on its feet, and like just someone had an idea, and then you'd try it out in front of the audience, or the audience would give a suggestion, and then a scene would really hit from an audience suggestion. Let's try that again, but let's change this. So that's how we wrote the thing. And then eventually, like the show would be done and it would be set, and then you just do the show night after night. But the show is like sketch, like for those that don't know, like SNL. And then afterwards, you'd improvise every night, pretty much. And that's how you get really good at improvising, by just night after night after night. So if I had improvised right now, I'd be like, lingering back. If you keep doing
about you get to SNL what year?
99.
Right.
Yeah, fall of 99. And I was the only new person that year. Well, the only new actor. Ali was a new writer. But yeah, so you just get like...
Who's on the cast when you get
when
in
you
there?
just said SNL, I just got a little tense.
You know, this show comes out on Tuesdays, and to me, I just realized, I was like, oh, this is like a new way to change Tuesdays. Tuesdays, like, this is a night where I have to try to get on the show because you audition basically every week, and I haven't written anything yet, and I'm so tired, and I'm gonna let the host down. I'm gonna let myself down. Now that there's like this show comes out on Tuesdays, I don't know. There's just something like, but yes. I think people are aware of the dread, but what just came up for you? Which particular type of dread?
I don't know. My picture. I think I thought you were gonna like go to the audition, but no, then I'm like right in that hallway. I'm in the hallway, Amy. I'm in the hallway.
Stay in the hallway. Stay in the hallway. Stay there, Rachel.
I can smell
Feel
the
your-
office. I can.
Feel your feet on the ground.
Here comes Lauren down the hallway. Okay.
So you're there. Bye. That's hard being the only new cast
That
member.
was hard.
Yeah.
I cannot tell a lie. That was hard because that place is like, well, I think, some people, like when Will Ferrell came in, I think is the year that like a whole bunch of new people, they were like the freshman class.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're all like in it together. But when you come in new, like no one's like, here's how this works and here's how, and it's just, you're kind of just like, wandering the halls kind of.
It definitely feels like the high school version of like your tray in the lunchroom, like
Yeah.
where do I sit?
Yeah, for sure. Tina was there, so that was good because she knew how already, she knew the system, obviously, but like, I had someone to write with. They don't know how to write. Like, also, the writing process was very different. When you see the Kill in Second City, you couldn't get it on SNL because it's just different, like, and at the time you're like, but this is awesome, and why don't you? But now, like with more wisdom, I'm like,
Why?
theater,
Why wouldn't it work?
Just because like a scene in the theater like would take longer to get going. You didn't need to have laugh. Like it's like people in the theater are just like into seeing this character kind of do their thing. But at SNL, it had to be like, you need laughs like off the bat. We need
Yes.
to know what this is right away. And I don't know, just one thing.
Do you remember the first scene on SNL that like were getting laughs and you thought like, hey, it's working? Like,
I wasn't even, I like left my body. So I don't remember like, this is going really well. I was just like, I'm on! Like that kind of thing, well, the very first show, I wasn't in, like the, season premiere, whatever.
Right.
And like you told all your friends, like, I'm on this, and like everyone's watching it, but your scene gets cut, like it does. And then the next week, the same thing happened, scene got cut. So it's like the third week.
who was the host? Do you remember?
The one that I got on was, I should know this, oh my God. Well, I know the first one was Jerry Seinfeld, then it was Norm Macdonald, and then it was, and does not compute. Oh my God, I don't.
It's funny, the
remember.
brain remembers trauma. So you remember the two shows. Okay, I'm gonna have you guess the musical guest because that's always fun too. So 1999, I don't remember anything.
No.
1999 SNL hosts. And don't worry, we're gonna keep all this.
Let me tell you one cool thing though. Let me tell I just heard that. Wait, let me tell you one cool thing though. I've told this before, but when I was getting a photo taken for like the very first opening credits, like it was on the stage, like in 8H, and David Bowie it was Thursday, he was rehearsing with the band. So like I'm getting my picture taken, and he's right over there singing Rebel Rebel. I mean, I have chills every time I think about that because that was just like, I mean, I don't even have words for like the surrealness And
That's a very, that's a,
yeah,
like to have a soundtrack of that moment for your life, and it's David Bowie
It's
playing
David
live.
Bowie, icon, yeah. So I remember that.
Should we tell the Black Crow
okay,
story?
so one time, so I don't do drugs at all. So, and then one time, the Black Crows were the musical guests, and someone in the music department came up to me, was like, "Hey, do you want?" That's my drug offer voice. "Hey, do you want, whatever you call it,
Joint?
Not a joint, but just like a hit off a joint."
I see.
And I don't know, I got tried it a couple times. It's never really worked. I've never really dug it. And then I was like, okay, sure. So I took like one puff off of this Black Crows. Am I gonna get sued? The Black Crows pot. And
took a hit off the Black Crows pot.
I took a hit off the Black Crows pot. And my cousin was visiting me, my cousin Zach, and I came back to the table and I was like, oh, I guess this is like, I'm really high right now. And I was so embarrassed because like, it was my little cousin. And I never, ever get high. And then I came back and I was kind of like, I don't really remember if I told him or not.
He didn't, he might not even know.
I don't even know, but that was my one, like...
I remember you telling me you couldn't get up from your chair.
Oh, I don't remember that. But it's possible. It's
that
possible.
you were kind of stuck.
I was just like, really like... Anyway, and that's why I don't do drugs.
I mean...
No, I'm just not into that feeling, I guess. But
no, you're not into that feeling.
only if it's from the Black Crows. And then, yes. Chris Robinson, call me. Call me.
I just love that was the
By the way,
particular
also it wasn't
strand.
like I was like partying with the Black Crows. It was like secondhand. It made it down to the music guy, and I was told it was from the Black Crows.
But it's so interesting that you took the hit. That you at least.
I know.
I
don't know
wonder
why. I
why.
was feeling a little jaunty that night. I don't know.
No, but drugs is not your thing.
It's
Never
so
has
not
been
my
your
thing. No, you know I like a margarita.
Like a margarita.
I know you're. Okay, yes.
Or perhaps you like to sail to the Pinot Grigio
Islands. Amy and I will occasionally sail to the Pinot Grigios.
We'll text each other and say, "Shall we take a trip
to the Grigios?" Yeah. Yeah.
And then when you were at SNL, like I feel like we got it. I was thinking today about all the stuff we got to do together, and we got to do a lot of dumb,
so fun
stuff.
Oh my gosh.
But you know, and I was thinking, it was like, I mean, in many ways, I wish we had. I wish we had more time together when I was more experienced there, because I was new and kind of stressed, and you were the junior to my senior, and I felt like I loosened up more and figured out how to like just have more fun as I got older there.
Yeah.
But we did get to do some fun stuff together.
Well, first of all, you were in the original Debbie Downer, and that was so fun. I mean, just to be laughing there with you.
Well, you bring this up, and you know, I ask this question to people on this podcast, and I truly feel like it is because of Debbie Downer that I ask this question. Again, I owe you a lot of money, and thank you for building this podcast with me. But Debbie Downer, I've said it many times before, was and is the thing that I go to. Also, maybe now replaced by the clip of this podcast.
I watched the clip a lot of times, and I just want to clarify. I don't go like watch my work. Like I don't go watch like a movie I did, because like I just like to have it in my head. But that, it's like I said, it was like seeing your biggest crack up.
Yes.
And it's just like I have to laugh every time I watch it.
Me too. And Debbie Downer was like that for me during very dark times, because it was the combination of us all having fun. You're like the way in which you were physically trying to hold it together, like the way like the laugh was like something you were trying to hold in, combined with the zoom in. And the sound effect.
And we've watched it so many times. Like, Emily Spivey knows every single, she's like, this is the part where your lip starts quivering. Because there's one part where at the very beginning I'm going, "Gah, gah, 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 gah." And then there's the part where something falls backstage, I look away, my eyes dart over there. Like, we know every single moment.
It is. It's like the Zapruder film, like frame by frame.
Yes.
And it proves, it got me, it's such a serotonin boost. Before we move on, talk to us about like, who did you write Debbie Downer with, and how did it start?
Oh, like the origin of
the origin of.
Oh, okay.
People will want to know.
So, well, it really started because I went on a vacation by myself. That had been suggested to me by a therapist. And I often leave that detail out. But since I'm on this one-on-one Amy interview, no, I said it like once or twice, but usually I leave that part out for the masses. But no, not like this. Number one podcast, masses. But no, she just like, she kept saying like, take a trip by yourself. And I was like, why? Like, I don't want to do that. I could go with friends. Like, I don't want, and I just kind of took it as like doctor's orders. Like, I just sort of like, I'm doing this. And I like self-propelled myself to the jungles of Costa Rica. No, but I wanted to pick somewhere that it wasn't going to be like honeymooners. And, like, I wanted to pick somewhere that was like, just like, I don't know, somewhere kind of remote, I guess.
Yeah.
So it was like very remote. It was in the Osa Peninsula. You had to take like the big plane, then you take the smaller plane, then you take the 2-hour Jeep drive. I mean, I was going deep out of society.
And each time they were like, it was like Barbara Padilla one.
Well, no, so I picked this, it was like this eco lodge thing. So I went there and then it was just like so there was like these it wasn't like a lot of people there, and it was actually really cool. Like, and I did meet really cool people. And I met these two sisters that like they were older, but they're like my age right now. But I mean the age I am now. And they were sort of like, they sort of told me like the rudimentary fundamentals of what is later known as The Secret. Like, did I tell you this? When I was on this trip.
People should know, Dratch knew The Secret before anyone knew The
So when and I learned it from the jungles of Costa Rica, from two white ladies that were from Colorado. But anyway, so they were just weird, you know, because you're like chatting, and I gotta say, like, hats off to the suggestion, because I never would have talked to strangers if I was with friends,
right?
You know,
right.
So I'm like having this conversation, and these women were telling me about like, you know, basically like what's the law of attraction, I guess, but they put it like, you know, if you think on positive things, positive, and if you're focusing on lack, you'll attract lack, basically. But then it almost like the whole thing got like sealed, because then we were on this like, you know, you could do like nature walks or whatever, and we were on this like walk on the beach, like with the little like, it wasn't like a group, it was like whoever's here and wants to go this thing, and this woman was saying like there were these like beautiful birds overhead, these like scarlet macaws, and this like way up in the sky, and this woman goes, I want a feather to bring home for my daughter. And I swear, like 20 seconds later, from like way up high, this feather starts to just go boop, 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 and it falls down. We all like kind of see it like boop, 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 and it lands like right at her feet.
Whoa.
Amy doesn't believe in any of this stuff.
I do. That's
okay,
cool.
No, that's cool. That's cool. But
I believe in manifesting.
That was cool though. So then I was just like, sold. I'll join your cult. No, but then okay, this isn't anything about Debbie Downer. This is just other stuff on that trip.
Sure.
But anyway, but then the Debbie Downer story is that when later it was like sitting at dinner, like you're with randos that are there, and people just making chit chat. And someone said, like, where are you from? And I said, New York. And then they said, like, oh, were you there for 9/11? And it was like 3 years after 9/11. It wasn't like it just happened. It was kind of, and then I was kind of like, yeah. And then, like, it's kind of like, just like in Debbie Downer, you had to, like, get the conversation back, because it was, like, vacation time.
Right.
And then, like, about a week later after I got home, I was, like, out listening to some band, which isn't something I usually do, but I think that's kind of interesting, because like doing something you don't usually do, and then your brain is kind of like, I don't know, you're not on your usual channels, I guess.
Yeah.
But then I just had that idea of this, kind of based on that, like someone like a Debbie Downer popped into my head of like,
yes.
And then, which this is kind of just talking creativity.
Yeah.
I found at SNL, you couldn't just go in there and like, okay, let's think of a scene. Like, it had to be like moments like that. Like, and to me, that only happened like once or twice a year, which is why like, you might sit there at home and be like, why isn't there like SNL, man? But it's like thinking of really original characters that kind of like hit on something. It's not something you can like steer the ship on. It's like, to me, like it has to like vibe out with you. I don't know.
Yes, you have to be like, you have to your point, you have to like keep the channel open and be, like find the muse and like let it find you. It just can't be like turned out.
Exactly.
And how?
But then,
and
so then I took it to Paula Pell, who we wrote with often and is hilarious, and everyone knows Paula now because I love her out there more than but anyway, and then we were on writing night. We were trying to write, and we set it in an office, and it just kind of wasn't really flowing. It just wasn't really diving, and then we were like, we really need to put her somewhere really happy. So then we thought of Disney World, of course, happiest place on earth. And then while we were writing it, like when we were like, of course, Paula was cracking me up with these one-liners and everything. And then we started just going like, wah, wah, like just for ourselves. And then we were like, we should put that in the scene, the actual trauma. So then the read through, we were like, I don't remember Christmas, but then it read through like it killed. But then you never know because sometimes something can kill at the table. And then when we were in dress rehearsal, Jimmy and Horatio were kind of laughing. And I was thinking like, oh, it's like I feel like this could work. Like, keep it together, guys. And then like on air, I just flubbed one of the lines. And then I don't even know. I guess I was like so nervous. And,
Sure.
And then
but
we all
you were
started laughing.
on you. But thankfully, you just like the good Pisces fish. Like you just like you went along for the like. It's so joyous watching it because it is just it's like what real live TV is supposed to feel like. Like it just felt like a special moment in time. And also, I mean, you are such a good performer that you were able to like do it and enjoy doing it at the same time. It was like it's very. Sometimes when people are stressed, it's stressful to watch.
Yes, that's how I feel.
Yeah, I mean, but you don't seem stressed in that.
Well, I love watching performers, but like this is what, you know, I feel like I've had so much time now that I'm older to think of like some comedian and everything like that. And like I love watching people, like you can tell that underneath it they're also like laughing inside. Like, I mean, better to keep it inside, but I mean like and I feel like you have that. Like I was just talking about I forget like in what context, but like you are always like you can see the joy of like there's two levels happening. There's like what you're performing and then the sort of joyful like underbubbling that's also like I just like Steve Bell just pops in my mind as like someone that like you can see the fun happening behind it. Will Ferrell, oh my gosh,
dance underneath it where they're having fun. Circling all the way back to Debbie Downer and all the way back to the question that I ask my guests, this brings up the person that I spoke to earlier before this podcast.
Oh.
So, you know, we always like to talk well behind people's backs. I talked to the great Kevin Cahoon about you today.
You did? Oh my God, I was wondering who my person was gonna be.
And because I want him to lead us into Broadway, which we're going to next.
Okay,
Rachel.
okay, yeah.
This Virgo has a plan, okay? And I'm taking you there, babe. I'm taking you there. I got notes. Okay, I'm aware of the time. I'm aware of the time.
Okay. I can hang all day.
No, I'm kidding. But I talked to Kevin, and he had a couple of really good questions too. And one was, what? And it's a similar question to what we ask on podcasts. It's like, when you're feeling that, when Rachel is feeling like that Debbie Downer feeling, what do you do to get yourself up out of it? And that's a question we asked here, which is, what do you watch, listen to? How when you got your blues, as we like to call it, how do you get up out of it? What makes you laugh? For me, it is a lot of Debbie Downer. It is a lot of you, Rachel.
That's so nice.
It is you that really get me into the dumps. You really do. You're like an elevator. It helps me get out of there.
You do that for me.
Is there anything else that you like to go to just like
Bottom of a tequila bottle. The worm.
I ate the worm.
I ate the worm.
That was such an 80s thing. Like, she ate
I
the
know.
worm.
Now there's no worms anymore.
No, there's no worms.
Let's see. I forgot that you asked this. I'm like,
先生に